Lyndon Arthur is back, ready to stake a claim for a shot at world glory when he takes on Argentina's Walter Gabriel Shechiera. Part of a huge night of action on Saturday, September the 17th. It's live and free on Channel 5.
This is Omar Ahmed for IFL TV, proudly sponsored by Everlast. We're still at the T-Mobile Arena. I'm joined by Mike Coppinger. Seen the end of a rivalry, a trilogy. Gennady Golovkin lost tonight in a pretty comfortable fight for Canelo, but the scorecards didn't reflect that. Start there. What did you make of the scorecards?
I thought the scorecards were pretty bang on for me. Really? I thought Canelo won the first 8 rounds. I gave Golovkin the last 4 rounds. I didn't think Canelo did all that much in the last 4. I guess you could say maybe I was grading on a curve, and maybe I did. I'll have to rewatch the fight. But I thought Golovkin did a really nice job with the right hands over the last 4 rounds. And I did a lot of sharp right hands, uppercuts especially in the inside, and was controlling the action.
Sometimes I feel like where you sit in the arena and watching it on television does affect what you see as well.
Absolutely. This time I had a good seat. Sometimes they put you back farther for these bigger fights. I'll definitely rewatch it at home and score it again and see how it went. But at best, I think Canelo could have won maybe 116, 112, 117, 111. 115, 113, I think that's the range probably. 115, 113 to 117, 111.
Canelo after talked about a rematch with Dimitri Bivol in May. Do you think we see that fight next?
I think it's very possible. I mean, Canelo really wants to avenge that rematch. Obviously never had a chance to avenge the rematch against Floyd Mayweather, which is his other defeat. I would much rather see, though, a fight against David Benavidez. I think that's one of the best fights in all of boxing. Benavidez is mean, he's big, does a lot of punches, and that can't help but be anything but an action-packed fight.
Well, I think Benavidez has gone on record before and said that Canelo won't take that fight. He believes that he's avoiding him. Do you think it's likely that we see that next on PBC?
I think it's very possible. I think if I had to say right now, it's going to be either Benavidez or Bivol. I mean, I don't see any other really attractive options out there.
Okay. Just away from this, Mike, obviously you broke the news yesterday, a couple of days ago, that Spence and Crawford have agreed terms for a potential fight here, I say here in Las Vegas. I'm not sure about the T-Mobile Arena, in November, I think November 19th, you said? Yeah,
November 19th, they did agree to terms, but the deal isn't done quite yet. A bit of issues in the contract right now. They're trying to iron them out. And when you get to fights of that magnitude, the devil's really in the details. So smaller fights, when you guys say agree to terms, really not much there to do. But these bigger fights, all the money in there, a lot more things to handle on both sides. So I hope we get it done this week.
Is that the biggest issue you believe from your side of things? The money with Spence and Crawford, they got to sort out?
The purse split is sorted, but there are things to sort out with the financial, I would say the financial side of it and how everything's going to come about in the business and the partnership of the co-promotion, with Crawford still free agent and just figuring all that out, yeah.
If you're a betting man, you believe we see that before the close of the year?
I do believe we'll see it. Could it fall apart? Absolutely. Canelo plan fell apart last year before it got put back together for later in the year. So it wouldn't surprise me if Spence Crawford did fall apart and then we see it next year. But anytime you get to the contract stage, that's a good sign. They're trying to get it done, and let's be optimistic because it's obviously the best fight in all of boxing.
I agree. Talking about contracts, of course, Team Fury have sent their contract to Team Joshua. All terms agreed in terms of financials, dates, etc. So, looks like we're on for that. Just get your reaction to Fury Joshua on December 3rd for Cardiff.
Definitely not on yet. I mean, there's a lot to get.
It looks like it will happen, though.
I wouldn't say that yet.
No?
I wouldn't. I think it's possible it happens. I think there's a better chance we get Spence Crawford.
Really? But
with Fury and look, I'm saying on Spence Crawford, right? We see that there's issues in the contract. They haven't even got to that part with Fury and Joshua yet. They're just now getting to the contract stage where they're going to have to go through all of those things. The purse split is a big obstacle to overcome, and they did that with Fury and Joshua. But there's not a lot of time to promote a fight of that magnitude. Especially, Fury Joshua is a way bigger fight than Spence Crawford when you consider how big it's going to be in the UK. So I think there's a lot to get done, and Fury has proven that, he might change his minds. Maybe he doesn't want to fight anymore. Maybe he just says, I'll fight Usyk next year. Maybe Joshua changes his minds. I'm optimistic there too, but I'm not ready to say that we're there yet at all.
Just the last one on that before we close off. Of course, both sides have said they'd be okay with potentially the fight being on BT and DAZN on a dual broadcast. Do you think that's as simple as just stating that? Because that does seem like a complicated situation to me.
And it's not just one; it's two. It's two networks. You have to do ESPN, West Tyson Fury in the U.S. With the DAZN, and then you have to sort it in the UK as well. So this is not going to be. It can be solved, but they're going to have to go through this. That's why I'm not saying that it's not done yet. I'm not saying it can't get done, but these are complicated issues to sort through. It's going to take weeks.
And yeah, December 3rd is not far away actually. So I hear what you're saying, Mike. Great to get you back on IFL TV, and we'll speak soon. All right.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah, I put my dad in the street against a heavyweight.
I've gone back to the dad, I've punched him a few more times.
5 blokes outside my front door, you coming in?
One hell of a fucking story, so stay tuned.